evening, everyone. So, Vanakkam and Ayubovan. So here we are at a introduction session. This is the International Project for Capacity Development of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries. Actually, it is with the guidance and consultation of Honorable Geeta Samanmali Kumarasinghe, the State Minister of the Ministry of Women, Child Affairs and Social Empowerment in Sri Lanka. The International Association for Quality Education has implemented the International Project for Capacity Development of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries, parallel to the international conference to be held in New Delhi in May 2024. So I warmly welcome you all for this introduction session. Before I start on my introductory, I would like to invite our president of the International Association for Quality Education and South Asian International Association, Mr. Janaka Kamalgoda, to address the session. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sugandhi. Thank you very much. It is very pleasure to speak few words in this memorable occasion. I think not only the Sri Lankan educators, not only the Sri Lankan teachers, many educators from Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and even from the other countries will participate for this lecture series and for this capacity development program. As a president of the South Asia International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development, our aim is to share best practices among the region, among the educators in the South Asian region. And we invite educators, expert teachers, principals, educators to come this platform and share your best practices. And the teachers and young educators, they can learn, they can get a lot of experience from the expert educators. And from today, with the Ventura Ma'am's leadership, we conduct a lecture series about the STEM education. And in addition to that, with our hosting partner of the conference, Dr. Abdul Kalam Foundation, they will share a lot of experience, their best practices with educators in South Asian region. And I wish all the best for our organizing team, our host, and for our entire team. Thank you very much, Sugandhi. I wish today program will be more successful for all the educators in the South Asian region.
Mr. John, hope to have the same. So actually, next, let me introduce our operational leader, Mr. Vishan Jagannath, to speak a few words for this session.
Thank you, Ms. Sugandhi. I warmly welcome all of you on behalf of International Association for Quality Education and South Asian International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development. This is a project that has been implemented for the capacity development of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries. A pilot project was carried out last year in the Western Province, and looking at the response, we are planning to introduce it island-wide. Through this, we plan to learn the best and modern practices from other countries and exchange our ideas and views with others. I'm sure that this project will benefit all the teachers, head teachers, and educators. As a part of the project, we have designed a lecture series in STEAM education comprising of 20 videos. The areas to be covered has been carefully selected by a group of well-experienced teachers under the guidance of our association president, Mr. Janaka Kamalgoda. there are 3 lecturers who will be taking us through this whole lecture series. Miss Ventura, Miss Usha, and Miss Sia, who have a sound knowledge in STEAM education. So let's just go through the slides. So as I told you all earlier, this is a project, international project for capacity development of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries. The whole lecture series will be conducted by 3 lecturers who have been in this field for a very, very long time. So the whole team, one of them is Miss Ventura. She will be the, she will be the academic leader as well as the facilitator. And along with her, we have another 2 lecturers, Miss Usha Hariharan and Miss Sia. So you can get to know about them during their lectures. So the first lecture has been done by Miss Ventura. So the first module, module 1, lecture 1 is on overview of STEAM education in ECE. So it explains how the whole 20 videos will be done. Next slide, please. Yeah. So as discussed, the 20 lecture series has been divided into 5 modules. So each module comprises of number of lectures which has been given. So the first module will be Introduction to STEAM Education, where you have 3 lectures. Similarly, module 2 will be STEM Foundations in ECE. Module 3, Integrating Arts in STEAM. Module 4, Culturally Responsive STEAM Teaching. And the last module will be Assessment and Reflection in STEAM. Next slide, sir. So, module 1, as we saw earlier, it has 3 lectures. So, lecture 1 is going to be on overview of STEAM in ECE, which is this lecture, the current lecture. And lecture 2 will be integrating arts into STEM. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and maths. Arts was introduced later, so that will be learning in detail in lecture 2. Lecture 3 is on inquiry-based learning in ECE. After these 3 lectures, we'll have a live lecture with any one of the lecturers. So you could maybe clear your doubts or anything that you want to clarify, any thing that you have come across could be discussed in this. So we're now moving on to module 2. Module 2 has 4 lectures. Lecture 4 is going to be on science exploration in ECE, and lecture 5 will be on mathematical thinking in play. And lecture 6 is on technology tools for ECE, and lecture 7 will be on engineering concepts in ECE. And likewise, similar to module 1, we'll be having a live lecture after lecture 7. And there would also be an assessment to assess the participants, how far they've understood and how they perform. And so that we also know that you all have not missed any of the lectures. So moving on to module 3. This comprises of 5 lectures. Lecture 8 is going to be on the role of arts in STEM. Lecture 9, music and mathematics connections, how they are interconnected. And lecture 10 is on visual arts in science. Lecture 11 is on drama and engineering. And the last one will be on dance and technology. And like the previous modules, we'll be going through a live series, live lecture after lecture 12. Module 4. Next slide, please. Yes, thank you. Module 4 comprises of 4 lectures. Lecture 13 is going to be on diversity in STEAM education. Lecture 14 is going to be on adapting STEAM for different learning styles. Next one would be community engagement in STEAM. And the last lecture for Module 4 will be on ethical considerations in STEAM. And the last one is going to be Module 5. Next slide, please. Yes. Module 5 comprises of 4 lectures, and this is going to be the last module. Lecture 17, there will be an assessment, which briefs us on assessments done in STEAM. And 18 will be on reflection on STEAM teaching practices. The 19th lecture will be professional development in STEAM. How could we develop ourselves after the whole learning process? And the last one of this series is going to be future trends in STEAM education. And this would be the last lecture for the whole of the series. And after this, we'll be having a reflection and assessment during the live lecture. Yes. Next, we'll go through the summary. The importance of early years in STEAM education. So as we all know, why are we focusing STEAM education in early years? Because STEAM can also be used in all areas of education, but we mainly focus it on STEAM early childhood because those are the fundamental years of the growth which happens. The significant growth could be seen in a child. So this is the period where cognitive, social, and emotional growth is seen. And most part of the brain development falls within this particular period, that is the early childhood years. And formation of essential skills. Through these skills, the children could develop their abilities and talents, and they could be ready to face the world. Yeah. And next, we'll be looking at the summary of this whole lecture series. So we are going to have 20 lectures, and these 20 lectures have been divided into 5 modules. And in each module, end of each module, we'll have a live lecture. So which means 5 modules, at end of each module, we'll have a live lecture, which has 5 live lectures also. Altogether, we have 20 lectures, and each module will have an assessment also, so that we know that how far we've learned and the areas to be developed. Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dishan. So let's continue with the next part. So actually now you all will be, as I gave you the introduction, you all will be wondering how this program will be held, what it is, and how are we going to go on. So let me introduce you the website first. Our website is www.iafqe.org. Okay, so this is our website. So actually, when you browse into this website, you could see the regarding the international conference. So actually, let me make it very clear to you. The project which is going on with these ECCD teachers is nothing to do with the conference. So this project is totally free of charge. So let me tell that very clearly to you. And it is nothing to do with the international conference, right? So this is actually, these lecture series are done parallel to the conference, and you don't have to do any payments for this ECCD project when you are registered under this project. But when it comes to the conference, we are planning for the conference in May. 2024 in New Delhi. So that is to happen. Actually, it is also going on. So if you are really interested, you can contact us so that we can give you more information. So parallel to the conference, we are having this project. So let me introduce, this is to introduce the ECCD project. So let me talk about that first, right? So when you browse into the website, you could see academics here. So there you get an icon, International Project for Capacity Development of ECCD Teachers in South Asian Countries. So when you get into that, you could see with the guidance and consultation of Honorable Geeta Samanmali Kumarasinghe, the State Minister of the Ministry of Women, Child Affairs and Social Empowerment in Sri Lanka, has actually, she was interested in this project as she participated in the last conference in Mumbai with us. So she was interested to implement and she wanted to give it free of charge to the teachers in Sri Lanka, especially the preschool teachers in Sri Lanka. So she wanted that to happen through the International Association for Quality Education and South Asian International Association. So that is how this project is designed. So as I made it sure, this project is fully free of charge, right? So if you really want to know about the project, you can browse into this so that you can read all the information about our project. So what are we going to do here? So let's see. ECCD teachers can participate in the lecture series on STEAM education for early childhood care and development. This is our first target. And then lecture series on ECCD education in South Asian countries. It is not only about STEAM education. You're going to experience how this is happening in South Asian countries, right? So the lecturers from other countries also will be joining through YouTube to give you lectures about implementation in STEAM in their countries. Not only STEAM, it is about their preschool education in their country, right? And then apart from that, apart from STEAM, apart from this preschool syllabus, we have designed an additional program, which is communication skill development in English language. Actually, this is designed for Sinhala and Tamil teachers who has a barrier to perform in international platforms due to language. So actually, this is to enhance their English language to support them to go forward, right? So if you are also interested, you all also can join in that so that you will be obtaining a separate certificate for that. Let me talk about it later. And then lecture series for professional development. So you will be getting some upgradings on your professional developments to empower you as a preschool teacher. And the speciality of this lecture series is this will be held in English medium, Sinhala medium, and Tamil medium. So since we found that doing it in only English medium will not help the Sri Lankan teachers, actually our president has decided to do it in Sinhala and Tamil medium too. Whereas once the lecture series are done by the Indian lecturers, we will be translating it to Sinhala and Tamil for all the teachers to watch in YouTube. And then, so this is how the project is designed. So apart from this, let me talk about what else we have in this website. So you could see, click here for online registration. So you all were asked to register yourself as we need to have a count and detail of the participants on the project. So you will have to click here to register online. So once you click, you get an application form here. So you can go through this, fill it up accordingly, and submit the form so that we get an update on that, right? So next, if you need to watch the lecture series and the lecture timetables, you just click on this so that you can see the lecture. What we are doing right at the moment also is here. You could watch that, or if you really want to watch any videos which were played last 2 days, that also can be you can watch it here, okay? And then here you could see the timetable, right? Click here to watch the timetable. So let's look at the timetable. So this is the timetable which is going to be followed. Okay, so I'll talk about it after explaining the website. And then click here to check your name in the registered participant list. No, actually now teachers have a problem that whether you have a doubt whether you have registered correctly, whether your name is in our list. All these questions can be clarified through this, so that when you click on this, you could see there is a name list. Till 18th, we have updated this list, whereas you can see your identity number and then your medium with your names and your province also here. So in this, if your name is not there, means you should understand that your registration has not reached us, so that you will have to definitely go for a new registration. So make sure that you do it as soon as possible, as we will be deciding on a closing date. So that you can see up to Monday, we have got 1,002 registrations. So hope all these teachers are with us right at the moment watching our video, right? So, and then if you have not registered, you don't have to worry. You have to click on this so that you can get the application to be filled, right? So not only that, it is important that you join the WhatsApp community, because if you don't join this WhatsApp community, we have no way to contact you personally. So keep that in mind, so that it is necessary you make yourself make sure that you get into this WhatsApp community, so that you get all the updates through this community, right? So if you have any issues to browse on the web, browse on this link, or the address or anything, usually you get an update, right? Usually every day you get an update like this, whereas we always give you links so that you could watch. Now see www.saia4ecd.org live. If you click on that also, you could watch our videos. It will direct you to the same place where I was explaining, right? So hope it's clear for the moment, right? So before I talk about the timetables and other things, let me invite Mr. Dishan, the operational leader, to speak about the Speak in English series.
Thank you, Ms. Sugandhi. Yeah. So this was the website that Ms. Sugandhi was referring to. So it's saia4ecd.org. So when you go into that website, you'll have to go to academics and then click Speak in English. So when you go to that page, you have the message from the project leader. Actually, you could just go through it. The points have been given here, the way the lecture series will be done. I'm referring to Speak in English lecture series. How it's going to be carried out has been mentioned here. So in total, if you browse further down, I hope you all could see this. You could see my screen. we have planned of having 30 lessons under the Speak in English lecture series. And this has been divided into two parts, part 1, part 2, each part consisting of 15 videos. So altogether 30. So for now, we have released lesson 1, 2, and 3. So let's just go through lesson 1. So the lessons will be here, and you could click on the particular lesson that you wish to go through. So for now, we'll just go through lesson 1 and see how we'll be doing it. When you click the specific lesson, it takes you to a page, something similar to this. Now here you have the teacher's showcase, which consists of the Speak in English lessons, each lesson which is done in English, and it is translated both in Sinhala and Tamil. So anyone who wants to learn or who wants to maybe upgrade themselves could go through this. So first you could watch it in your mother tongue, and for further clarification or further information, you could watch the same lecture series in English. So the lecture series are here in all the 3 languages. So once you've gone through this lecture series a couple of times, then by the side of this, you could see the assessments and evaluations. So we are going to have a self-assessment form. So let me take you through that. Each lesson will have a self-assessment form. So when you select the self-assessment form, you'll have to key in your email ID so that we could record your attendance and for other stuff. So when you browse down further, there are a couple of questions that have been given in each lesson. So these questions will be related to the particular lesson. So these questions are related with lesson 1. And all these questions are multiple choice questions. So you'll have to read the question and select any one of the answer. So let me just do it. Why don't you learn a new language? So the answer is going to be, I don't like it because it's very hard. And similarly, you could go through the other questions. So just for now, I'll be selecting random answers and we'll see how to generate the score. So actually, I'm not reading the questions at the moment to save time. So I'm just randomly clicking off answers. So once we are done, you will have to submit this Google questionnaire. So there are a couple of questions, so you can take your own time to answer, but make sure you answer all the questions. And once, I think we are almost done. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Once we are done with this, we'll submit. And you have an option where in case the score is generated and if you feel that you're not satisfied with the score, you can redo it any number of time, and you're not going to have the same set of questions. So there'll be different questions. So it'll be a best way to practice what you've learned in the lesson 2. Sorry. Yes. So once, I think we are almost done. Yeah. It's taking some time, so please bear with me. Yeah. So now we've reached the end of the form, and then you have the option. So once you submit it, okay, so it will lead you to a page where it generates the score. And there are some questions to be answered, like which age group you fit into and things like that. So based on my random thing, yeah, I've got my score, which is 19 out of 50. And you could also check the answers. The right answers also have been here. So in case if you're not satisfied, then maybe you could again redo the questionnaire once more. And after that, there is a section called, I'm sorry, the questionnaire. When you go to this section, you could see there are a couple of questions. There will be 50 questions. So this is how you're going to practice what we've learned. So you'll have to ask this question to a partner and get their answer. Or similarly, you can make someone else ask these questions to you and you could reply these questions. By doing so, you get familiarized with the particular lesson that you've learned. And after this, there is a continuous assessment form. In this section, you will have to come up with questions you are going to frame. Now, in the previous section under the questionnaire, the questions were already provided and you were just practicing the questions. And in this section, the continuous assessment, you will be framing your own set of questions. So here you'll have to fill this. Your email has to be given, your name, WhatsApp number. And after these particulars, you could come to this section which says, write down at least 25 positive questions. And second one, write down at least 25 negative questions. So while you do this, you get more familiarized with the whole thing. And after that, you could also record the lesson. Now here I'll be taking you to that section now. Under the teacher's showcase, we have something called as the students showcase. So the video on this side, students showcase lesson 1. This is one of our teachers who has done a demo to show you all how it has to be done. So after you listen to the lecture, according to your understanding, we would like you all to record you teaching someone, or maybe just get a video of yourself teaching someone. And once that is done, we have a practical session for lesson 1. This is where you ask questions to a partner, and it's vice versa. The partner asks questions to you, and you reply. You can get a video of it and you can upload it in this section. So these are the things which is expected to be done in this Speak in English lecture series. So I'll summarize it. First of all, you'll have to look at the lecture in your preferred language. And then after you go through it, it's advisable for you to go through the same lecture in English for further understanding. Then you go into the self-assessment form here, which comprises of a couple of questions, a Google form, where you will have to select the right MCQ questions, and then it generates a score. And while it generates a score, you could also check the answers, the right ones and the wrong ones. And if you're not satisfied, you could again redo the questionnaire again. Once it is completed, move on to the next one, which is the questionnaire section. In this section, there are a couple of questions which have been given. Roughly, I guess there should be 50 questions in each lesson. So where you get a chance of practicing these questions, you ask the question and get a person to answer. Likewise, you get a person to ask the question and you answer. And moving on to the continuous assessment, this will help you and also to know how far you have understood the whole lesson. Because in this section, you're going to frame your own set of questions. And once you are done with it, we would like you all to record one thing, the lesson that you have understood has to be explained by you. And the second one, the questionnaire has to be done, the videos have to be uploaded. So that is what we are planning to do in this Speak in English lecture series. And at the end of the lecture series, based on how you have performed, we'll be awarding you certificates. So the certificates will be awarded according to the standard, and the criteria will be discussed later. So thank you, Ms. Sugandhi. And I think I have explained, and in case if I have missed anything out, Ms. Sugandhi will brief you.
Thank you, Mr. Dishan. So actually, you did it perfectly. So I have few more things to be informed to explain them. Before that, I just wanted to tell you, if you are watching in YouTube, please comment your name so that we know how many of you all are watching. And also, if you all have any queries, also you can type there so that we could answer before we end up. If there is any question, we could answer before we end up, right? So that also can be done. So we would like to see your names in the comment section. Okay, so let me proceed with my next step. So once again, I'm going into the website. So right now here, I would like to introduce one more thing to you all, whereas this is the forum icon where you get in www.iafqe.org. So go to the forum. You could see talk show host, Ms. Shewar Suhaib. So this is actually done. She's the leader of this talk show. So she will be guiding the teachers how to do it. So actually we select teachers to do interviews with the educators from different countries. So this was done actually for January conference. So any teachers who are interested, please let us know, right? So there is an application form. So we will display that in this website right at the moment. It's not here. So if you are interested to become a talk show host, let me play one video and show you so how it happens.
So the most awaited time has come, and I would like to take pleasure and deep honor to welcome an eminent personality on board
to join with us on this live interview series. She is Madam Michaela Vanshura, the head of primary at the DSP International School, who is an experienced educator with more than 13 years of expertise in the field of education.
So she is Miss Shewar Suhair, who will be guiding you on this talk show host part, right? So she was awarded as the talk show host at last conference. So those are her photos and the interviews what she held, which last time is displayed here. So you can watch it. Also, we have one more option for you all. Now, actually, teachers really want to perform. Teachers like to perform on international platforms. So here you get the next one, which is World Teachers Parliament. So when you go to this part, you could see the videos and introduction on this. Also, Ms. Suhair will be coordinating on this. So here you get the registration guidance. So in this, of course, here we have. So if you are really interested, you could register yourself for this so that we could guide you accordingly. So this is also in the www.iafqe.org website under the forum. Okay, under that icon, you could see these two, talk show host and the World Teachers Parliament. Okay, so that is about some additional platform for the teachers. So if you really want to become a speaker, you could try these, right? These are not compulsory, to tell you the truth. These are just a part of the conference which is held parallelly. If you are interested, you could participate. It is not compulsory. So now let me get into the project. Once again, the international project for capacity of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries. We are into that. So that let me explain you on the timetable now. Right. Okay, so this is our timetable for the moment. So you could see we have given you the dates and the time. Actually, we had the introduction in Sinhala on Monday. Yesterday we had Tamil and today we are having English. So once all these are done from this Thursday. Now Monday we released the Speaking English lesson 1, 2, 3. 3 lessons were released in all 3 mediums. And then on Thursday, once again, we'll be releasing another 3 lessons in Speaking English. So the Speaking English lessons will be released twice a week, which with 6 videos altogether. So you will be given a target on this also, right? So actually you have to, so as Mr. Dishan said, to become eligible for a certificate, you will have to meet certain targets, right? So you will be given certain targets to achieve. So that should be done. So what it is about, so Speaking English, once you watch the videos for first, second, and third, you will have to fill up the self-assessment. It is compulsory. Make sure that you do it as now because these lessons are taught in YouTube, we have no way that to see, find out whether you have gone through the lesson or whether you have watched it or whether you have, we have no update at all. So to monitor on that, we have published a self-assessment sheet, which Mr. Dishan explained you. Let me show that once again. So it's about Speaking English. You get for lesson 1, you get the self-assessment sheet once after you watch the video. So in this self-assessment sheet, when you fill it up, we know that you have watched the video and you have answered, so which will give an update on your attendance. So actually it gives us an update of your attendance that you have attended on that lesson. So we will be checking on your attendance 90%. So for you to be eligible for a certificate, you will have to fill up 90% of the self-assessment sheets. So make sure that it is done. So without you completing 90% of the self-assessment sheets, you will not be eligible for a certificate. So after that, like when you are not meeting the eligibility, definitely we cannot help on that, right? So I'm repeating again and again to make sure that you do it perfectly. And next, let me explain about the STEAM lessons. So today we have given you the introduction on STEAM lesson. So the next lecture will be released on Friday. That is lecture 2. So whereas we have a way of releasing it, 6:30 you will be released with Sinhala and Tamil medium of lecture 2, and then 7:30 it will be the English medium lecture. So once you watch in your mother tongue, you could go to English medium too, so that you enhance your knowledge. Listening to English is also good. So not only in Sinhala or Tamil, just go for English also, so that you can upgrade your knowledge and also you learn new words, right? So even for this, we have, you will have to do a self assessment sheet. So that also should be done. So make sure once after you finish watching the video, you finish up the self-assessment sheet, right? So speaking English will be given a target of 3 days after the release of video, whereas if we are releasing a video on Monday, you will have to complete your assessment sheet by Wednesday. So that Thursday again we'll be releasing next 2 lectures, next 3 lectures. So that should be completed by Sunday. And then again, the next Monday, you will be getting next 3 lectures. So that is how it goes on, right? STEAM will be released thrice a week, which means Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you'll be getting the videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Also, you make sure that you finish up within a day for us to reach. At least within the week, we need all 3 assessment sheets to reach us to get the eligibility for the certificate. Even for STEAM, you will be getting a certificate. So that to meet the eligibility, you have to submit 90% of the self-assessment sheets. So you could see now here there are 20 lectures of STEAM and 30 lectures of speaking English. So everything is scheduled. So you could go through. Only during New Year week, we'll be having a break as everybody will be busy. After that, we'll be continuing. So we go till May 13th, 2024. Okay. So also we have planned to have a assessment and live discussion on lecture 2. Now say now, if after every lesson, after release of every lecture, you might have doubts. So we should give you an opportunity to speak about it, so that we will be available on YouTube for the next immediate release day, which means now suppose if we are releasing on Friday, the next release date will be on Monday. So that lecture 2 assessment and live discussion will happen on Monday, 8:30 p.m. right? And lecture 3 assessment and live discussion will be held on Wednesday. So that is how it goes. If you go through this timetable, you will understand how we have planned it, right? So it is not only doing a course actually or upgrading yourself. It is important that you have a proof. So you cannot, when you face an interview or when you go to certain places, you cannot just verbally say, I have done STEAM, I have done an English course. It's not like that. You should have evidence. So that also will be done by us. So I'll make it clear. You don't have to come to India to get the certificate. It's nothing like that. This project is free of charge, and the prize giving of this project will be done in Sri Lanka. It's not to be do anything with conference. Let me make it very, very clear to you. So it is fully free of charge. All your certificates, everything will be done through the ministry and the association with the signatures of the minister and the president of association. You all don't have to worry at all about money on this project. So only for the conference, we have certain separate procedures. So that will be updated later in a different session. So this is to update you on ECCD project. So I'm sure that I have explained you overall about everything. So Mr. Dishan, do we have anything more to be informed there?
Yes, Ms. Sugandhi. Actually, the president of International Association for Quality Education, Mr. Janaka, wants to speak a few words. He wants to mention a few things. So now he'll be briefing you on certain things that which we have not covered.
Yeah, thank you, Sugandhi. I think both of you did very nicely today program, and we have to work with the technology. In the beginning, we had to face some sort of issues, but we had idea to play Venture Ma'am's first lesson, but we couldn't play it in this moment in our live session. But end of the session, we will share that we will upload it to the YouTube. Then you can see it later. Yeah, that's the first thing I want to tell. And as Sugandhi mentioned, this is a totally free project to enhance the capacity of the teachers in Sri Lanka and even in the other countries, because we know that a lot of Maldivian teachers, they like to share their best practices, and also they like to get some knowledge from other educators from other countries. Even we have a lot of contacts with Nepal, Bhutan, and Pakistan and other countries also. And I think all of us can get some knowledge. We can share our best practices. And I think many Sri Lankan teachers will join this program, and they also can share their best practices in, as Sugandhi explained, in our World Teacher Parliament talk show host. All the things are free of charge for you. As an association, we do a lot of works. As an association, we do a lot of works. We do a conference series to enhance the quality of the education with the educators in the other countries. In Mumbai, we did a conference in January in this year. And for many educators participated even from the South Africa. And 3 ministers participated as a chief guest and guest of honors. And that is a separate one. If someone like to join with the conference and to get some awards, they can join with the conference. But we don't like to invite. That means we don't want to, we will not explain things about the conference in this platform after we start the lecture series. Because some think that they have to pay for this program or some sort of ideas they may have. That's why we want to explain clearly. This is a separate project to enhance the quality of the teachers. Therefore, this is a total free. Then you don't want to spend any cents. Then you can get knowledge. You can get some kind of best practices from the other educators from the other countries. And I think it may be a good opportunity to you. And in addition to that, I want to explain some teachers can't understand properly when we do all the things in English. That's why we thought to do separate lecture series, the same lecture series to explain separately in Sinhala and in Tamil. But Ms. Sugandhi and Mr. Dishan explain all the things very clearly in the very, it is easy to understand everyone. Therefore, I like to invite the teachers who can't properly understand in English, but firstly they watch the lecture series and everything in Sinhala and Tamil. Thereafter, you try to watch the same lesson and same program in even in the English version. That is a good opportunity to you to brush up your English knowledge also. And I want to explain same thing even in the Sinhala. I'll take a few minutes to explain the things in Sinhala because we want to explain clearly what we do. මම වචන කිපය සිංහලත් කතා කරන්නම්. අපි මේ වැඩසටහන සිංහල මාධ්‍යෙන් දෙමළ මාධ්‍යෙන් සහ ඉංග්‍රීසි මාධ්‍යෙන් තුනින්ම ගේනවා. එතකොට මේ ඉංග්‍රීසි මාධ්‍යෙන් කරන දේශන තේරුම් ගන්න බැරි කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා නම් එයාට සිංහල මාධ්‍ය හෝ දෙමළ මාධ්‍යෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න පසුබිම අපි හදලා තියෙනවා. එකම දේශනේ අපි සිංහල මාධ්‍යනොත් පැහැදිලි කරනවා දෙමළ මාධ්‍යනොත් පැහැදිලි කරනවා ඊට පස්සේ ඔබට පුළුවන් ඒකේ ඔරිජිනල් version එක ඒ අදාළ ලෙක්චර් එකෙන් ඉංග්‍රීසි වීඩියෝ එකම බලන්න. ඊට පස්සේ අපි ඔන්ලයින් ප්ලැට්ෆෝම් එකකට ඔබට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා ඔබ කැමති මාධ්‍යයකින් ඔබට ඇසිය යුතු ප්‍රශ්න අහන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඒ තමයි පළවෙනි කාරණේ දෙය. මොකද ඔබට මේ දිශාන්ගේ ඉංග්‍රීසි සුගන්ධගේ ඉංග්‍රීසි නැත්නම් විශේෂම දිශාන් පැහැදිලි කරන එක හරිම ක්ලියර්. මම ඇත්තටම සතුටු වෙනවා මොකද එයා ඊටාම පැහැදිලි කරන වචන උච්චාරණය හැම කෙනෙකුටම ඊටාම හොඳින් ග්‍රහණය කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ අවස්ථාව නැති කරගන්න එපා කියන එක මට ඉස්සෙල්ලම කියන්න ඕනේ. දෙවෙනි එක තමයි මම ඉස්සෙල්ලත් පැහැදිලි කරා වගේ අපි ඇසෝසියේෂන් එකක් විදිහට විවිධ වැඩසටහන් කරනවා. ඒතර අපි ජාත්‍යන්තරත් එක්ක සම්මන්ත්‍රණ මාලාවක් කරනවා. ඒතර මේ සම්මන්ත්‍රණ මාලාව අපි අපේ මාතෘ භූමියට උදව්වක් විදිහට ඒකේ ඒ සම්මන්ත්‍රණ මාලාවට සම්බන්ධ වෙන අධ්‍යාපනඥයන්ගේ සහාය අරගෙන නොමිලේ ඔබට මේ අලුත් නූතන තාක්ෂණය සමග සම්බන්ධ වෙලා දේශන මාලාවක් අරගෙන එනවා. කිසිදු වියදමක් ඔබට දරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ඔබ මේ දේශන මාලාවට එන්න මේ දේශන එකින් එක අහන්න සිංහලෙන් අහන්න එක්ක නැත්නම් දෙමළෙන් අහන්න තමන්ට තේරෙන භාෂාවෙන් ඊට පස්සේ ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාවෙන් අහන්න විෂය කරුණු තොලුවට දාගන්න ඒ වගේම ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාවත් හදාගන්න ගන්න. ඒක කන්ෆරන්ස් එකට කිසිම සම්බන්ධයක් නැහැ. ඔබට ඒවට සතපාක්කත විදන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒව ඔබ නොමිලේ අහන දේවල් නොමිලේ ඉගෙන ගන්න දේවල්. හැබැයි ඔබට සහතිකයක් ඕනේ නම් ඒ නිසි ඇගීම් ක්‍රමවේදය ඔබ ඉෂ්ට කරන්න ඕනේ. දේශන ඇහුවා කියන එක අපිට තහවුරු වෙන්නේ නැහැනේ. ඇගීම් ක්‍රියාවලිය නිසි පරිදි කරාට පස්සේ තමයි ඔබට සහතිකය හම්බෙන්නේ. සහතික වලටත් අපි සතපාක්කතයි කරන්නේ. ඒක අපි අද පොරොන්දු වෙන ඒ වගේ මේ YouTube එක අපි අප්ලෝඩ් කරලා දිනවා. ඒක නිසා මේක හොඳින් ධාරණය කරගන්න. කන්ෆරන්ස් එක කියන්නේ වෙනම කටයුත්තක්. මේ ලෙක්චර් සීරීස් එක අපි කන්ෆරන්ස් එකට සම්බන්ධ කරලා ඒ සම්පත් පුද්ගලයන්ගේ දැනුම අපේ මාතෘභූමියේ සිංහල මාධ්‍ය දෙමළ මාධ්‍ය ගුරුවරයන්ට ලබා දෙන එක තමයි අපි මේ කන්ෆරන්ස් එකත් එක්ක හවුල් කරගෙන කරන්නේ. මොකද අපිට නැත්තම් ඒ වගේ රිසෝස් පර්සන්ස්ලා ගන්න බෑ අතිවිශාල මුදලක් ගෙවන්න නැතුව. ඒතර කන්ෆරන්ස් එක හරහා අපි ඔවුන්ගේ සේවය නොමිලේ අපි ලබා ගන්න අපේ මාතෘභූමියේ ගුණාත්මක වර්ධනයක් සඳහා. අපි ඊටාම මේ කටයුත්තේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් ලීඩර් විදිහට කටයුතු කරන්නේ අපේ අසිතා සමනපාල මහත්මිය. එතුමිය අවුරුදු 19ක් 20ක් විතර මුල් ළමයි සංගතේ ශේෂ්ත්‍රයේ වැඩ කළ ඊටාම පළපුරුද්දක් තියෙන කෙනෙක්. ඉතින් මම අසිතමිස්ගෙන් ඉස්සෙල්ලාම කැමති අසිතමිස් අඳුරලා දෙන්න මොකද අපේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් ලීඩර්. ඒ වගේම අසිතමිස් මම හිතන්නේ මුල් ළමයි සංගතේ ගුරුවරියන්ට තියෙන ලොකුම ප්‍රශ්න කීපයක් තියෙන එකක් මේ වැඩසටහන කොහොමද ඒගොල්ලෝ තේරුම් ගන්නෙ? මේ වැඩසටහන කොහොමද අවබෝධ කරගන්නේ? එතකොට මේ වැඩසටහන ඒගොල්ලන්ට කොච්චර ප්‍රයෝජනවත්ද කියන එක. අපි මේ වැඩසටහන ආරම්භ කරනකොට අපි ඇත්තටම පයිලට් ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් විතර බස්නාහිර පළාතේ පෙරපාසල් ගුරුවරියන් පිරිසක් තෝරගෙන මාස 2ක් 3ක් මේ වගේම දේශන මාලාවක් ඒගොල්ලන්ට ගෙනාවා. ගෙනල්ලා STEM education පිළිබඳව ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඒකේ ප්‍රයෝජනයක් තියෙනවද? ඒකෙන් ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ගුණාත්මක වර්ධනයක් වුණාද කියන එක අත්හදා බලලා තමයි මේක ලංකාවෙම අපි ව්‍යාප්ත කරන්න තීරණය කරේ. ඒක නිසා ඔබට මේ දේශන මාලාව තුලින් වර්ධනයක් වෙනවා කියන එක අපි ප්‍රත්‍යක්ෂ කරගෙන තියෙනවා. ඒක මට වඩා හොඳයි අසිතමිස් හරහාම අපේ සියලු දෙනාට තේරෙන විදිහට අපේ මව භාෂාවෙන් පැහැදිලි කරන්න පුළුවන්. අසිතමිස් මම කැමතියි ඔබතුමියගෙන් වචන කීපයක් අහන්න මේ වැඩසටහන ඉවර කරන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා.
බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතියි කමල්ගොඩ මහත්මයා. හැම දිනකටම ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා සුන්දර දවසක් අර්ථවත් දවසක් ජීවිතේ වෙනස් කරන දවසක් වෙන්න කියලා අද දවස. ඇත්තටම හරිම සතුටුයි මට ඔබ හමුවට එන්න ලැබීම ගැන. මොකද මම මීට කලින් බස්නාහිර පළාත තුළ මුලින්ම චුට්ටක් මම කියන්න ඕනේ මට අද පොඩි ඉන්ටර්නෙට් ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මට කැමරා ඔන් කරන්න බැරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. ෆෝන් එකෙන් ලොග් වෙලා ඉන්න නිසා ඉතින් හැමෝටම කියන්න කැමති ඉතාමත්ම සතුටින් හැම කෙනෙකුටම ආරාධනා කරන්න කැමති මේ ස්ටීම් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක එකතු වෙන්න. මොකද මේ නියම ව්‍යාපෘතිය පළවෙනියටම බස්නාහිර පළාත තුල ක්‍රියාත්මක වුණු නියම ව්‍යාපෘතියේ සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච කෙනෙක් විදිහට, නියම ව්‍යාපෘතිය පුරාවටම රැඳී සිටිය කෙනෙක් විදිහට, ඒ වගේම අවසානයේ මුම්බායි නුවර පැවැත්වුණු ඒ කන්ෆරන්ස් එකට සහභාගී වෙච්ච කෙනෙක් විදිහට මම ඉතාමත්ම සතුටින් කියන්න කැමතියි මගේ ජීවිතේට මම ගොඩාක් දේවල් ඉගෙන ගත්තා. මගේ වෘත්තීය ජීවිතේ කමල්ගොඩ මහත්මයා වගේ අවුරුදු 19ක කාලයක් ගොඩක් වෙලාවෙදී අපේ ජීවිතේ දේවල් හොයලා ඉගෙන ගන්න කැමතියි. ඉතින් ඒ වෙලාවේදී මට හම්බෙච්ච හොඳම මං හිතන්නේ හොඳම වැඩසටහන තමයි ස්ටීම් කියලා කියන්නේ. හොඳම වැඩසටහන අතරින් ඉතාමත් හොඳ වැඩසටහනක් තමයි ස්ටීම් කියලා කියන්නේ. මොකද සුගන්ධිනී ස්මිත් ප්‍රේෂාන් ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ ස්ටීම් ගැන කතා කරා. විශේෂයෙන්ම මුල්ලමාවිය ගැන කතා කරනකොට මුල්ලමාවිය කියලා කියන්නේ දරුවෙක්ගේ ජීවිතේ, පුද්ගලයෙක්ගේ ජීවිතේ අත්තිවාරම ෆවුන්ඩේෂන්. මේ ෆවුන්ඩේෂන් එක කොච්චර දුරට ශක්තිමත් වෙනවද ඒ තාක් දුරට දරුවන්ගේ ජීවිතය කියන ගොඩනැගිල්ල ශක්තිමත්ව හැදෙන්න යනවා. මේක ශක්තිමත්ව හදන්න නම් අපි අනික් අධ්‍යාපනයට වඩා අපේ ද්විතීක අධ්‍යාපනයට වඩා ලොකු වෙනසක් තියෙනවා මේ මුල්ලමාවිය අධ්‍යාපනයේ. ඉතින් මේ මුල්ලමාවිය අධ්‍යාපනය අපි දරුවන්ට ද්විතීක අධ්‍යාපනයට යන්න මේක හරි රසවත් තැනක් බවට පත් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම තමයි සුන්දර මුල්ලමාවියක් ලැබුණොත් සුන්දර මුල්ලමාවිය අධ්‍යාපනයක් දරුවා තුළ ස්ථාපිත කරොත් දරුවා ද්විතීක අධ්‍යාපනයට යන්නේ ඉතාමත්ම සතුටින්, ඉතාමත්ම උනන්දුවෙන්. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා මේ ස්ටීම් එඩියුකේෂන් හරහා, මේ ස්ටීම් අධ්‍යාපනය හරහා මේ දරුවන් තුළ කුතුහලය, සහයෝගීතාව, ඒ වගේම තාර්කික චින්තනය, මෙන්න මේ වගේ අපි කියනවා ඉනෝවේටර්ස්ලා, නව උත්පාදකයෝ බිහි කරන්න හොඳම විදිහ තමයි මේ ස්ටීම් අධ්‍යාපන ක්‍රමය කියලා කියන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා මේ අපි මුල හදන්න පටන් ගන්න තැන අපි හැමතිස්සෙම කියනවා රට හදන තැන තමයි පෙරපාසල කියලා කියන්නේ. රට හදන තැන පෙරපාසල නම් මේ රට හදන තැන ඉන්න මේ පුංචි පැටවුන් ටික ලස්සනට හදලා අපි ද්විතීක අධ්‍යාපනයට යොමු කළොත් අපේ රට වෙනස් කරන්න පුළුවන් වේවි. අපි කතා කරන සංවර්ධිත රට, එහෙම නැත්නම් අපේ බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන අපේ හීනය හැබෑ කරගන්න යන්න පුළුවන් මාර්ගය මේ ස්ටීම් කියලා මට හොඳ විශ්වාසයක් තියෙනවා. මොකද ස්ටීම් කිව්වම අපි කතා කරන මේ ඉන්ටග්‍රේටඩ් සිස්ටම් එක තමයි මේක ඇතුලේ කතා කරන්නේ. සයන්ස්, ටෙක්නොලොජි, ඉන්ජිනියරින්, ආර්ට්ස්, මැතමැටික්ස් මේ ඔක්කොගම සංකලනය තමයි ස්ටීම් කියලා අපි දරුවන්ට කියලා දෙන්න යන්නේ. එකම අපි කතා කරන අර එකම ඇක්ටිවිටි එකක් ඇතුලේ මේ ඔක්කොම හැම පැත්තක්ම සංවර්ධනය වෙන විදියක්. ඉතින් මේකේ තියෙන සුවිශේෂීත්වය තමයි අපි දන්න සමෝදානිත අධ්‍යාපනයට වඩා මේකේ වෙනස මේක අපිට හරි රසට දරුවන්ට දෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරි ආස විදිහට මේක දරුවන්ට දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඔවුන් හරි ලස්සනට ගනීවි. ඔවුන් ලස්සනට ඔවුන්ගේ ජීවිත ගොඩනගා ගනීවි. ඉතාමත්ම සතුටින් පෙරපාසලට එවි. ඔබේ පෙරපාසල ඔබට ඕනේ නම් තව දියුණු කරන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔබට ඕනේ තව දරුවන් පෙරපාසල කරා ගෙන්නව ගන්නද? එහෙනම් ඔබට කරන්න පුළුවන් හොඳම දේ තමයි මේ ස්ටීම් এডুকেෂන් පන්ති කාමරයේට ඔයගලන් ගෙනල්ලා බලන්න. මේක පන්ති කාමරය තුළ දරුවන් එක්ක කරලා බලන්න ලොකු වෙනසක් තියෙනවා. විශේෂයෙන්ම අපි අධීක්ෂණය කරන පෙරපාසල් දිහා බැලුවාම මේ ස්ටීම් এডুকেෂන් අපේ පහුගිය ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකට සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච ගුරුවරුන් දිහා බැලුවාම ඉතාමත් ලස්සනට මේ වැඩසටහන පෙරපාසල් තුළ ක්‍රියාත්මක කළා. දරුවන් හා විනෝදයෙන් සතුටින් පෙරපාසල තුළ කටයුතු කරනවා. ඒ වගේම වෙනදට වඩා ළමයි උද්‍යෝගයෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. ඉතින් මේක තමයි අපිට අවශ්‍ය. නිරෝගී මනසකින් එහෙම නැත්නම් නිදහස් මනසකින් දරුවෝ ඉගෙන ගන්නවා දකින්න එක තමයි මම හිතන්නේ හැම අම්මා කෙනෙක්ගේම හැම තාත්තා කෙනෙක්ගේම බලාපොරොත්තුව. ඉතින් ඔබේ දරුවා ඔබේ තුලට එන දරුවා ඉදිරි අනාගතේ සුන්දර තැනක ඉන්නවා දකින්න එක තමයි ගුරුවරියෙක්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තුව. තමාව පහු කරගෙන යනවා බලලා සතුටු වෙන එකම කණ්ඩායම ගුරුවරයා. ඉතින් ඔබට ඔබ පහු කරගෙන යන දරුවෙක් හදන්න ඉතාමත් සුන්දර විදිය ඔබට අද හම්බෙලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් විශේෂයෙන්ම ස්ටීම් අධ්‍යාපන ක්‍රමය මේ හඳුන්වා දීමේ වැඩසටහනේදී ඔබ සියලු දෙනෙකුටම ආරාධනා කරනවා මේ සමග එකතු වෙන්න. ඒ වගේම අපි කලින් කතා කරා මේ වැඩසටහන තුළ මේ ස්ටීම් අධ්‍යාපනයේ විතරක් නෙමෙයි අපි ලෝකෙට විවෘත වෙනකොට අපිට අත්‍යවශ්‍ය දෙයක් තමයි අපිට කමියුනිකේෂන්. මේ අපිට sannivedanaya කරන්න තියෙන ලොකුම බැරියර් එක තමයි අපිට භාෂාව. ඉතින් මේ භාෂාව අපිට කොහොමද හදාගන්නේ? ඉතාමත් ඉක්මනින් කෙටි කාලීන පාඨමාලාවක් කරා අපි කොහොමද ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාව හදාගන්නේ කියලා මේ වැඩසටහනේදී කතා කරනවා මේ short term English spoken වැඩසටහනේදී. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා මේ දෙක සමග මේ ද්විත්වය සමගම එකතු වෙලා ඔබේ වෘත්තීය ජීවිතය සාර්ථක කරගන්නටත් ඔබේ ගමන ඉදිරියටත් ඉහළටත් යන්නටත් මේ පුංචි දරුවන්ගේ ජීවිතේ සුවපත් කරන්නටත් අපේ රට සංවර්ධිත රටක් කරාගෙන යන්න ඔබ සියලු දෙනාටම මේ වැඩසටහන ඉවහල් වේවි. අපි දකින හීන එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි දකින සුන්දර රට අපිට හිමි වෙන්න මේ වැඩසටහන පිටුවහලක් වේවි කියලා මම විශ්වාස කරනවා. ඔබ හැම දිනකටම ආරාධනා කරනවා අපිත් එක්ක අත්වැල් බැඳ ගන්න මේ වැඩසටහනේ ඉදිරියට යන්න. ඒ වගේම තමයි අපේ රටේ සාර්ථකත්වයේ දියුණුව කරා යන ගමනට ඔබ නියමුවන් බවට පත් වෙන්න මේ වැඩසටහනත් එක්ක එකතු වෙන්න කියලා ඉල්ලීමත් සමග මම නිහඬ වෙනවා. ඔබ සියලු දෙනාටම සුබ රාත්‍රියක් අර්ථවත් අනාගතයක් වේවා කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතියි. Thank you very much.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි අස්තමිස්. මම හිතන්නේ මේ වැඩසටහන ඔබ දැන් ආරම්භනවා නම් මේ වැඩසටහන තුලින් අදින් පටන් ගන්න අදින් පසුව පටන් ගන්න දේශවන මාලාව තුල ඔබ යම්කිසි දැනුමක් අංශු මාත්‍රයක හරි දැනුමක් ලබා ගන්නවා නම් ඔබේ වෘත්ති ජීවිතය තුළ එක අල්ප මාත්‍රයක හරි සංවාදනයක් සිද්ධ වෙනවා නම් එහි පින සියල්ලම අපි අසිතමිස්ට අනුමෝදනා කරා කියලා ඩිෂාන්වත් සුගන්ධ මිස්සත් මම හිතන්නේ අපි තරහ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද ඇය තමයි මෙහි උල්පත. ඒක නිසා මම අසිතමිස්ට කිව්වේ අසිතමිස් මේ වැඩසටහන බලන මේ වැඩසටහන අහන අපේ ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ගුරුවරයෝ විශාල පිරිසක් ඉන්නවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ හදවතට දැනෙන්න අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ හදවතටම අපේ මව් භාෂාවෙම කතා කරමු කියලා. I want to thanks Miss Asitamis because you are the our strength and we want to thanks with you because if teachers take something from this program, we want to thanks for you. Then Sugandhi Miss, then you can wind up. Both of you can continue and wind up the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, Ms. Asita Samarapali, who is the project director of this project. So thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts with us. You have been a pillar to this project. So as you always say, your wishes and your support for this project will be always there. We are grateful for that. Thank you so much, ma'am. And also, I'm pretty sure that we have done we have explained everything on this project and you are clear on that. So it's time to wind up. So you are the creators of the generation, the society. So take something good from us, implement it in your preschools too, and create a better generation for future. Thank you and good night to you all. God bless you all.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.